Everyone, please hold your hands between the Mangalachal together, praying to our spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada, the Guru Parampara, Srimad Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, begging for mercy. We'll chant together. Om Ajnanaatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nite Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namaha Namo Mahadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradhise Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mokam karoti vācālam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. I offer my respectful obeisances to all of you, begging for your mercy, to be able to say something about this place. Right now, we are sitting at Surabhi-kunj, the very place where Mother Surabhi, Markandeya Rishi, and the King of Heaven, Lord Indra, eternally resides and worships Lord Gauranga. So Mother Surabhi, very, very mercifully, is watching all of us, whether we are attentively listening, speaking, chanting, or dancing Lord Gauranga's name. The very essence of the teachings of Mother Surabhi. She says, if you have the desire to see Sriman Mahaprabhu face to face, if you have the desire to partake in the pastimes of Mahaprabhu personally, there is no better place than Godrumdwip. There is no better place than Surabhi-kunj. The only thing you have to do here, according to Mother Surabhi, is you simply cry out the name of Lord Gauranga. That's all. Call out the name of Lord Gauranga with heart and soul. Mahaprabhu will take care of you. Because Mother Surabhi is very, very close to the Lord. The Lord is known as Govinda because He is the protector. He gives pleasure to Mother Surabhi. So whatever Mother Surabhi says, whatever pure devotee of the Lord says, the Lord will accept. Just like sometimes we may not accept an individual for whatever reason it may be. But if someone whom you love so much, if he or she tells you, he is a nice person, I really like him, please accept him, then you accept. Why? Because you love that person. So we may have some qualification, we may not have some qualification. That's a different thing. But if we respect and honor the words of Mother Surabhi, that is good enough for the Lord to accept us. That's all. You don't have to think so many things. Don't make simple things into complicated things. It is not complicated. Devotional service is not complicated. Prabhupada said, I have never said devotional service is easy. I said devotional service is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And the fact that Mother Surabhi gave this process to simply cry out the name of Lord Gauranga here, you'll achieve Mahaprabhu. It's not easy, but it is simple. You don't have to stand in one lake for 10,000 years. Close your eyes and meditate for 2 days. In 5 minutes, you'll fall asleep. I see some of you already sleeping. You're sitting here for 5 minutes. You just said, maybe you took some muri on the boat. You're ready to go to bed. So sitting down and listening attentively, it is not easy, but it is simple. Honoring prasadam only, it is not easy because when you go out on the street, you see so many junk food, which may not be ideal, ideal items to offer to the Lord. I'll speak about Avadut Maharaj a little later. His name is Avadut Maharaj. Hare Krishna. It's not easy, but it is simple. And some of us like things not very simple. We like things complicated. Well, you can touch like this. No, we don't want to touch like this. We have to go like this and try to touch. Unfortunately, that is the nature of Kali Yuga. But Mother Surabhi, being so kind, kept this process. This is the island of chanting, kirtana. What do you chant? Chant the name of Guru. Chant Hare Krishna. Achha. Now, this building that you see here, of course, it wasn't developed like this. It was quite simple. But this is the first place where Bhaktivinoda Thakur moved in. And he stayed here for many years. At the end, we will go to the very room that Bhaktivinoda Thakur stayed. And we actually renovated that room. Avadut Maharaj, when I came last time, Avadut Maharaj requested me if I can renovate that room. I asked some devotees for help. Devotees came forward and we renovated that room. While Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote many of his books, many of his songs, including Saranagati, which was very, very dear to Prabhupada. Some of the songs that we sing very, very regularly was written here. And another uniqueness is that when you go out of this temple, when we go to the next place, on your right side, you will see a platform. Well, every devotee in their home have Tulsi Devi. And if you have your own land, usually there is a Tulsi Manch. Manch means a platform where you worship Tulsi. And that particular place was that Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually made the Tulsi Manch is still there. That was personally built by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he worshipped Tulsi Devi there. He did the Parikrama of Tulsi Devi there every day. So before we go, we will offer our respects to Tulsi Devi. All right. Now here, some description from Bhaktivinoda Thakur and some desire of Bhaktivinoda Thakur regarding this island. He says, Mastak Noami Nomi Sri Godrum. One, with my head, I simply want to offer my respects to this island again and again. Bhakti Sada Sri Godrum Karaye Kirtan. I only want to describe the glories of Godrumdwip through my mouth. Buddhi Yoga Smori Sri Godruma Dhan. With my intelligence, I simply want to remember the island of Navadwip Dham. My Lord, may I never ever leave Godrumdwip. Godrum Chariya Mor Anno Nahika. I have no other activities but to remain in Godrumdwip. Later on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, even if my body is cut to pieces, may I never ever think of going to any other place. How dear Godrum island was to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I know many exalted devotees of ISKCON whose favorite island of Navadvip Dham is Godrum Dham because of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Because he is the one who re-established Mahaprabhu's teachings, who re-established Mahaprabhu's birthplace, he is the one who made prediction that all over the world Mahaprabhu's message will be spread and that devotees from different countries will come to Mayapur and chant Jai Sachinanda, which we can see now. Why this place is called Surabhi-kunj is, as you know, in first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, it's written, Muhyanti Jat Surya. Jiva Goswami says that Muhyanti Jat Surya means even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods are completely bewildered when they see the pastimes of Krishna, where pure devotees of the Lord, Taha Suni Mate Bhaktava, when they hear the same pastime, they don't get bewildered, but they're in ecstasy. Just like this is the month of Kartik, and you're worshipping Damodar, you're worshipping Krishna, and you're worshipping someone who's crying, who's scared, who's like, please, my mother, don't tie me, don't hit me, drop the stick, then I'll talk to you. And you're worshipping that form for 1 month. And somebody from outside, what's wrong with you guys? You're worshipping God who's scared. You are supposed to take shelter of him, and he doesn't know whom to take shelter of. So, Muhyanti Jat Surya. There is a pastime where Brahma gets bewildered by Krishna's pastime because Brahma thinks he cannot be my Lord. Why? How can he be the cowherd boy? I mean, my Supreme Personality of Godhead is going out every day with a stick to herd the cows. Then he sits down to have picnic every day and he eats remnants from his friends. If you look at the childhood pastime of Krishna, you will see that a friend will bite into something that he really likes, and then he'll take it out and say, Krishna, this is really good, you should try it. And he puts it in Krishna's mouth, and Krishna is in ecstasy. So Brahma and one devotee was saying that one time one of Krishna's friends put the whole sweet in his mouth. Then he thought, oh, Krishna didn't try this, he must try this out. This is so good after taking a bite. And once you put something in your mouth, it's full of saliva and all that. He's not thinking like that. His friend is not thinking, this is so good, Krishna should try this out. He takes it out from his mouth. The food is all filled with saliva and all that, and tells Krishna, my dear friend, this is the best sweet, you must try. And Krishna said, yes, please give it to me. And Krishna eats it, and he's so happy. And Brahma sees all this, and he said, this cannot be my God. I must examine. Steals Krishna's friends, steals all the cows, steals all the gas. Look at Indra. Of course, in a day of Brahma, you know how many Indras come and go? 14 Indras, they come and go. Just like in your lifetime, how many ants take birth and die? You know that every day while you go to sleep, certain insects are born, and before you wake up, they die. So that is 100 years. What is 6 hours for you? For some insects, it's 100 years. Our 6 months is demigods, 12 hours. Our 1 year is demigods 1 day. Brahma's 12 years. Imagine what's happening here. So while we go to sleep, certain insects are born. By the time you wake up, they're gone. That means they got birth, they went to school, they got married, they had their kids, maybe they also have their grandkids, and they die. And you just woke up from sleep 6 hours, their whole life is finished. Similarly, Ours 1 year is demigods 24 hours. So demigods are thinking, look at those human beings, they're flying with an aeroplane, they have their car, and they think they're so exalted, so intelligent, and this and that, right? And we do feel very proud of it, that we can fly. We have a car, we can go from here to Vrindavan in a train, in a flight, because we're advanced. Now, these are peanuts. These are nothing compared to the facilities that the demigods have. When you want a glass of juice, do you think of a glass of juice and the juice appears in front of you? Yes or no? No. What happened with Yudhishthira Maharaj? When Mayadanava built that assembly hall, this was the thing. If Yudhishthira Maharaj thought of a glass of orange juice, it appeared there. Seeing this, Duryodhana got very envious. And then so many other things happened. So, Brahma's 12 hours is our, Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. These 4 yugas make one Divya Yuga. So, one Divya Yuga means Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. And we are part of Kali Yuga. And we only live for 80, 90 years, max. If you live for 100 years, you'll be in the newspaper. You'll be the news. It's a big deal nowadays to live for 100 years. Now, Brahma also lives for 100 years. 1,000 Divya Yuga. That means 1,000 of our Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. This cycle is only Brahma's 12 hours. Get that? 1,000 Divya Yugas. That means 1,000 Satya Yuga, 1,000 Treta Yuga, 1,000 Dwapar Yuga, 1,000 Kali Yuga is Brahma's 12 hours. And we think we have a long life. How insignificant we are. And in a day of Brahma, 1,000 Divya Yuga, 14 Indras come and go. 14 Indras. And this Indra thinks is big. And therefore, when Krishna stopped the fire sacrifice, Indra got offended. Who does he think he is? This is a small kid in the village of Vrindavan. He dares to stop my fire sacrifice. Oh, teach him a lesson. I'll kill him. I'll kill his parents. I'll kill Radharani. I'll kill all the inhabitants of Vrindavan. And he sends Samvarta, the cloud that is utilized to annihilate this planet. In the time of annihilation, you have seen the rain, right? How big is the drop of the rain? How big? Tiny. You know the Samvartaka cloud? One drop of rain is this big. Because it's supposed to flood the world. It's not normal rain. So one drop of rain, that's enough for you to have full bath. This is what Indra did. He sent the Samvartaka cloud. And Krishna thought, what's wrong with you? Like yesterday we were listening. Mahaprabhu told Srivas Thakur. You remember the past time I told yesterday that when the Lord asked Srivas Thakur, who's Advaita? And Srivas Thakur said, I think Advaitacharya must be Prahlad Maharaj or Sukadeva Goswami. Mahaprabhu got so angry with Srivas Thakur. He took up the stick, he wanted to hit him. How dare you? Prahlad Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami are like child who was just born yesterday. Means in front of Mahavishnu, in front of Sadasiv, Sukadeva Goswami and Prahlad Maharaj are like children. So who is Indra in front of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? It's like a child. So Krishna wanted to teach him a lesson. He picked up Govardhan Hill for 7 days. And on top of the hill, as Jiva Goswami explains, there's Sudarshan Chakra. On top of the hill. The Sudarshan Chakra is going like this. Not a single drop of water can touch the Govardhan. And Indra thinks he will destroy this planet. Sorry, he will destroy Vrindavan by sending some particle cloud. So after 7 days, Indra realizes, I made a big mistake. There's every possibility of becoming very proud due to some insignificant opulence that we may have in the form of doing good kirtan, giving class, a good cook, a good manager, reads, beauty, renunciation, whatnot. Now we are doomed. We are finished. Look at Indra. The Supreme Personality of God also appears as his own brother. Yet, he cannot recognize the Lord. And therefore, never judge a devotee by external look. Indra did that mistake, the Lord punished him. Picked up the Govardhan here. Then Indra, realizing his mistake, he actually came to ask for forgiveness. The Lord was so angry at Indra, he did not even want to look at him. Why? This fellow tried to kill his mother and father and Srimati Radharani and all the gopis, all the gopas. There are different 6 stages of Vaishnava Aparadha. And the most ferocious, most dangerous of them is to hit somebody, is to hit a Vaishnava or a Vaishnavi, or try to kill them. So therefore I always say, don't physically hit anybody. Just because you think you're bigger than him, or you're stronger than him, therefore I have the right to hit you. It is the worst type of Vaishnava Aparadha. Worst type of Vaishnava. And because Indra tried to do that, the Lord did not want to see him. So what happened? Indra took shelter of Mother Surabhi. Then Krishna accepted. Krishna actually forgave. But Indra, realizing the seriousness of his offense, could not forgive himself. How could I do this mistake? So he was repenting. He was crying. He did not know what to do. So he approached Mother Surabhi. Mother Surabhi, seeing how Indra was crying and he wanted the Lord to punish him. I should get some punishment so that I never make this mistake. What if I make this mistake again? The Lord is about to appear again in the age of Kali as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And again, if I do the mistake, then what will happen to me? So Mother Surabhi suggested, come with me. So Mother Surabhi brought Indra in this very place where we are. Therefore, it's called Surabhi-kunj. This is where Surabhi Mata brought Indra. And this place is called Godrumdwip. Go means cow. Druma means tree. So under that tree where Mata Surabhi sat is called Godrum. So this is the very place. And here Mother Surabhi told, Surabhi bolilo chalo ho bhai, Surabhi bolilo chalo ho jai, Navadwip dhame bhojit bhai. My dear Indra, come with me to Navadwip. Let us worship Nimai. Devendra Surabhi hethai asi. Lord Indra came to this very place and he sat down and began to worship Lord Gauranga. Gauranga bhajan korila bosi. Gauranga bhajan sahajati. Worshipping Lord Gauranga, the process is very simple. Gauranga bolia krandon kore. Mother Surabhi told Indra, just sit and cry out the name of Gauranga. That's all. Gauranga darshan hai santare. You'll be able to see Lord Gauranga very easily, very quickly. Santare means quickly, not easy, sorry. Very quickly you'll be able to see. So Indra came with Mother Surabhi and both of them, Mother Surabhi and Indra, began to call out the name of Gauranga and cry. Surabhi Mata also wanted to see the Lord. And King Indra, he wanted to ask for forgiveness. So here, for some time, both Surabhi Mata and Indra prayed to the Lord. And Lord, being very, very pleased, he appeared in front of Surabhi Mata and Lord Indra. And he blessed them. Mahaprabhu was very, very pleased with both of them. Ask any benediction that you want. And both of them wanted to reside here and see the pastime of the Lord. And the Lord said, Sarva Manarat Siddhi Hui Tumar. I bless you that whatever you desire will be fulfilled. Another pastime that took place here. As you know, we directly, indirectly, we may not exhibit, but we want a long life. Nobody wants to die easily. So we strive for a long life and we do many things, exercise, eat good food, and so on and so forth, with the idea of having a long life. And Markandeya Rishi, he also wanted a long life, a very long life. So he begged the Lord for a long life. And the Lord, being very pleased, he blessed him. I bless you that you live for 7 kalpa. Now, 1 kalpa is 1 day of Brahma. And you just heard the calculation of a day of Brahma. Now, when Markandeya Rishi got that benediction, Markandeya Rishi was very, very happy. Ah, I was just, while walking, I was telling Bhaktivinoda. I said, what if Krishna made this arrangement that you will not die? All of us will not leave this body till you become 100% Krishna conscious. And the moment you become 100% Krishna conscious, you leave your body. Wouldn't that be a good deal? So he was telling me, he said it's a very bad deal. Why? Because if we actually had that benediction, we won't become Krishna conscious. We will be only attached for material gain because we have a long life. As of now, we live. As of now, our life is, Govinda Das says, Kamala Dalajala, just like the water on the lotus leaf. Anytime, fragile, anytime, it will go. Right? So, we can die at any moment. Is there a guarantee? Anyone can give you a guarantee that tomorrow you'll wake up? How many devotees we have seen leave their bodies just like that? Today the person is good and tomorrow you get the news that he has a very serious disease. There is no guarantee. And yet we take our life so easily. So if Krishna gave us this benediction that you can live as long as you want, till you become fully Krishna conscious, then you can go back. We want. So initially when Markandeya Rishi got this news, or got this benediction from the Lord, that he can live for 7 kalpa, he was very happy. He did not know what it actually meant. Ask some elderly person what it means to live a long life. Difficult to walk, difficult to eat, difficult to sleep, difficult to remember, difficult to digest. And sometimes you wonder, why am I still living? My mother, who is around 80 years old, every day she'll tell me, why isn't Krishna taking me? I want to, as soon as she hears someone leaving her body, first thing, she will come to me. She left, he left, why am I not leaving? But initially we don't understand what it means to have a long life. It's like we are never happy with what we have. We always want to have something which we don't have, and always hanker for that. Right? And we always compare ourselves with others. The example is given that the cow always thinks the other side of the fence, the grass is more greener. That's our situation. We're never happy with what we have. Markandeya Rishi initially was happy, not knowing what he asked him. Then the day of Brahma came to an end. The end of Brahma's day, there is a big dissolution, big pralaya. Everyone, there's a big flood in the universe, and all the living entities enter into the body of Mahavishnu. You remember Narad Muni in previous life? He also entered the body of Mahavishnu. But he remembered everything. We don't remember anything. But because Markandeya Rishi got that benediction of living 7 days of Brahma, he was still here. But he has no house. Everything was flooded. He had ashram, everything. Everyone left. They left their bodies, and the whole planet, universe, was flooded with water, and he was floating in the water. How long can you swim for? 1 day, 2 days, 1 year, 2 years. But he had to now swim for 1,000 Divya Yuga, because that's how long Brahma sleeps for. So he was floating, he was drowning, and he was praying to Lord, my Lord, why am I not dying? Why did I ask for this boon? He is suffering, he's thirsty. That water of, you're hungry, you're wiped out, you're exhausted. And he was not dying. He wished he just died. But he could not die because he got this benediction. I don't know how long he floated for, but he was just floating and praying to Krishna. And then finally, he was floating, came to Navadwip Dham. Navadwip Dham is not affected by creation and dissolution of this world. So he came to Godrumdwip, and he was so happy to see some land. He came here and he saw Mother Surabhi. Please save my life. I am hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm exhausted. Please do something. Please give me some milk. So Mother Surabhi gave some milk to Markandeya Rishi. He regained his strength. Then Mother Surabhi instructed Markandeya Rishi, Sri Gaura Buliya Takibe Jabe Samastu Karam Vinasa. When you actually dedicate your life to the lotus feet of Gauranga, call out his name, at that time all your karma will be finished. Kichu nahi robe vipaka ar. Now, right now, you're intense, you're going through so much suffering. At that time, there will be no more suffering. Ghuchibe tomar bhava samsar. You'll be delivered from the clutches of Maya. My dear marketer, please give up everything. Stay here and worship the lotus feet of Gauranga. Call out the name of Gauranga. In the altar, you'll see Radha Madan Mohan and Sriman Mahaprabhu in the main altar. On our right side is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. On our left side is Lord Nityananda Prabhu. You remember this song? Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Nam Hatta Jivarukara. So this is the place, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Boro Sukher Khabar Gai, Boro Sukher Khabar Gai. Surabhi-kunjete নামের হাট খুলেছে খোদ নিতাই বড় সুখের খবর গাই বড় সুখের খবর গাই My dear devotees, I have the best news for everybody. In Surabhi-kunj, Lord Nityananda Prabhu has opened up the marketplace of the holy name. Nai to ar kolir bhoy, nai to ar kolir bhoy. You do not have to be scared of the Kali anymore. No more worries. Come to this marketplace and buy the holy name with faith. You can buy the holy name with faith, with love, with devotion. And this is how you'll be freed from the classes of Maya. This is the place where Nityananda Prabhu, being instructed by Mahaprabhu, Prati ghare ghare giya karo ei bhikkha, bala Krishna, bhaja Krishna, karo Krishna sikha. Go to everyone's house and beg. Now begging means to ask something, and this begging is to accept something. Lord Nityananda Prabhu went from door to door. He begged every living entity, please accept Krishna's holy name. So this is the place where Nityananda Prabhu, along with his devotees, systematically preached Krishna consciousness. Later on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur sat here and made the whole planning, especially preaching in Bengal and Odisha. We are very, very grateful to Nityananda Prabhu, who was instructed by the Lord. As you know, Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, and he was very sad. Why he was sad? Because initially when he asked Nityananda to go to Bengal and preach, Nityananda Prabhu began to cry like a baby. He did not want to leave the sight of Mahaprabhu. He was crying so much, the Lord said, okay, you stay here for some time, but you gotta go afterwards. So later on, Mahaprabhu actually called Nityananda, asked him to get married. Get married. So Nityananda Prabhu said, my Lord, you're very, very difficult to understand. You're acting like a hypocrite. You're a grihastha. You took sannyas. I'm like a sannyasi, and you're asking me to get married. But you're my Lord and Master, I must follow you. So to make Mahaprabhu happy, Nityananda Prabhu came to Bengal and he preached. Whomever he saw, gave them love of Godhead without any discrimination, because that was the desire of the Lord. Whomever you see, give love of Godhead. And this is that very place where Nityananda Prabhu preached from. Also, this is the place where Bhaktivinoda Thakur started this Namhat preaching. And you'll be very, very happy to know that Bhaktivinoda Thakur re-established this Namhat program. By the mercy of Prabhupada, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, he spread this Namhat program. And in all of India, the state of Bengal has the maximum devotees in ISKCON. Right now, whatever devotees ISKCON has, India has 70%. devotees in the world. And whatever India has, the most devotees in a particular state is Bengal. I think just in Bengal we have initiated devotees more than 20,000. Just initiated devotees more than 20,000 devotees. Why? Because of Namhat. I am saying 20,000, this was some years back. Normally I travel a lot, and Bengal is also my zone. I'm the regional secretary for Bengal also. So I travel a lot. So each district when I go, each program, is 2,000, 3,000 devotees. They have this gathering, just like the other day there was a gathering of Bakura district. 4,500 devotees came from one district. Other day we had another district. These are only Namhata devotees. These are not the established ISKCON center devotees, Namhat devotees. From Nadia district only, 2,500 devotees came. All this is the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Prabhupada. So we are very, very grateful to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu, and our beloved Srila Prabhupada, by whose mercy Krishna consciousness is spread all over the world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.